Tesla and Hydra are planning a massive Gigapress for a compact car. In fact, the press is going to be even bigger than the one used for the Tesla Cybertruck. Why will it be bigger than the one used for a vehicle that's almost as big as a Ford F-250? I'll tell you why, and I think it's genius. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Electric Viking. Fantastic to see you. Hope you've had an awesome day on planet Earth. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for supporting, commenting, liking, all that great stuff. Now, if you're not already aware and you're not already subscribed to our channel membership, well, you should consider that because it gives you the option to see our videos 24 hours in advance, and it also gives you the ability to see our videos that are exclusive to members only. So it seems as though the 8,000-ton Gigapress Tesla plans on using to cast the Cybertruck is not going to be the most powerful machine the company plans to acquire from Hydra. Now, obviously, the current Gigapress that Tesla uses for the Model Y is the biggest in the world. However, the Cybertruck will be bigger again, and then the press used for the Tesla Model 2, whatever that's going to be called, it won't be called the Model 2, but something like that, will be even bigger again, significantly bigger in fact. Now, if you're not already aware, Tesla reportedly already started casting the Model Y in two large pieces using a 6,000-ton Gigapress, which is an industry first. However, new reports suggest a 12,000-ton Gigapress is in the works, and it might be able to cast the upcoming $25,000 Tesla compact car in a single piece. Now, by the way, just so you know, I don't think that the Tesla Model 2, or whatever the hell it's been called, is going to cost $25,000. I think maybe $30,000, but you never know. Remember though, Tesla has industry high margins of 29% on average, whereas the average car industry margin is between 8 to 10%. So you can see Tesla does have the capacity to reduce prices of its vehicles and still make it, well, an industry leading profit if it wanted to. So it's very possible it could come in at $25,000. I just think Tesla's gotten used to this idea of 30% profit margins and they like it. So anyway, we won't say we know much about die casting machines here at this channel because I don't. In fact, I know very little. But I have learned that from people more familiar with the technology, these machines don't weigh in at 6,000, 8,000 or 12,000 tons. Rather, that number refers to their capability. Now, after the GIga Berlin factory tour, which was last week, an insider tweeted that a 12,000-ton full-body casting is a possible future extension of the exciting technology that Tesla is the only automaker pushing to its limits. Now, make no mistake, Tesla has industry-leading margins because of things like this. There are idiots in comment boards all over the internet claiming that other manufacturers would do this if it made sense. Well, why is it then that Tesla can build a car in 10 hours and it takes Volkswagen 30? Don't take my word for this. Herbert Diess, the CEO of Volkswagen, lamented this fact when he invited Elon Musk to the company's private 200 of the highest managers in Volkswagen event, where he basically begged the managers to speed up production with innovation, with things like this. Make no mistake, this kind of innovation is the reason that Tesla has industry-leading margins of 30%. And it is the reason that Tesla will increase those margins potentially, or simply just decrease prices of its cars if it needs to. Now, people on forums and comment boards are saying interesting things that I think are a bit illogical. One of the most popular comments I read was that if this happens, you are going to see a lot more presses and casters suddenly appearing in auto manufacturing plants across the planet. Yeah, well, Tesla's already doing it right now. And I don't hear about Hydra getting orders from Volkswagen or from Ford or from General Motors or from Toyota. You know why? They just don't innovate fast enough. That's one of the great things about Tesla, and it's one of the reasons why, guys, believe it or not, don't take my word for it, it ranks either number 1 or 2 on almost every global innovation list in the world. And I'm talking about lists where companies are ranked by outside bodies on how fast they innovate. Now, automotive parts casting isn't new. Pistons, engine blocks, valve covers, and transmission housings are all cast. Larger casting machines and alloys allow for larger parts, so it isn't some enormous leap for it to be practical. But legacy companies aren't going to experiment like Tesla does. They are happy to copy it, though, if it works. Now, cast aluminium components are used to strengthen stress points on the chassis, but their wall thickness varies depending on what they do, and so they can be made thinner where full support isn't in order to reduce weight significantly. For example, the Model Y, apparently the body weight will be reduced by several hundred kilograms by the fact that Tesla is now using these more rigid castings, which require, I think, for one piece, 70 less pieces. 70 pieces is turned into one piece. You can imagine the number of robots that are no longer needed right now anymore. You can see why Tesla is only taking 10 hours to manufacture a car, whereas its competition is taking 30. Removing all those processes not only makes the body stiffer and lighter, it also makes it more rigid and better in a crash. For example, in a Mercedes SL, the body shell weighs around a mere 270 kilograms, but it's 18% stiffer than the chassis used on the previous SL. So casting is actually used in other brands, not just by Tesla. However, Tesla is the only brand in the world that is using enormous castings. Other brands are using only small ones. What is one of the key reasons for this? Well, you'll find if you use traditional alloys in these casting machines that it becomes brittle and breaks and it doesn't actually work. The casting machines, they find it difficult to actually get the liquid to flow. The whole system doesn't work. Anyway, what happened was Tesla had to reinvent a new metal to get casting for massive parts to work. Obviously, the other automotive companies don't have access to that metal. It's a proprietary metal created by Tesla. Now, what's one of the key reasons that other companies haven't gone down this road? Well, remember, casting has improved significantly over time. So when companies might have tried to do this, say 20, 30 years ago, the processes then didn't work. They didn't have access to these new metals like Tesla does. Now, the reason they haven't transitioned to building cars in this way is that they already have the setup for the other way of doing things. They've paid for it all, sunk cost bias. Have you ever tried to get rid of equipment at a company that still is being depreciated for tax purposes? Doesn't happen, rarely. Now, obviously, companies like Volkswagen are looking at Tesla as their primary competition and looking at how they can beat them or at least emulate them. So I'm sure that will change in future. In fact, I suspect they are investigating this technology right now. And it will be interesting to see if any of them adjust for it in new or updated factories. I suspect they will. Thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for subscribing, liking, all that great stuff. Have an awesome day. Stay awesome. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.